MP Otley, GB billing system. Still a national crisis. Urgent action is demanded. 2 arrests made in ongoing major crime investigation. Strengthening sport on St. Martin. Sports Development Workshop Series continues in 2026. Discontinuation of authorization form for labor registration. From the island, St. Martin, this is SXM Daily News for January 27, 2026. Member of Parliament Omar Otley issued a stern reminder to the government regarding the ongoing crisis surrounding NVGB's billing system and the urgent need for immediate action to address the concerns of its clients. In recent months, the government has made a series of promises to the people of St. Martin that have yet to materialize, causing frustration and hardship for many households and businesses. MP Otley highlighted several critical issues that have emerged from these unfulfilled commitments. 1. A loan of 76 million guilders was taken out by the government for 3 generators that have not yet been ordered. It has now been over a year. This financial burden is being placed on the backs of the people, with no tangible benefit in sight. 2. The Prime Minister assured the public that relief on GB bills would be provided by October 2025, but this promise has also gone unfulfilled, leaving residents to struggle with rising costs. 3. Most recently, a statement indicated that relief would be forthcoming by December 2025. But this has yet again proven to be another broken promise. In response to these ongoing challenges, MP Otley has taken proactive steps to engage the community. He has organized town hall meetings, gathering hundreds of signatures from concerned citizens who share their experiences and stress the urgency of resolving the issues with NVGEBE. Furthermore, MP Otley has drafted and submitted a ministerial regulation to the Minister of Tourism, Economic Affairs, Transport and Telecommunication, proposing immediate remedies to alleviate the burden on residents. However, to date, no action has been taken, which only exacerbates the crisis. It is unacceptable that the government continues to make empty promises while our people suffer, MP Otley stated. We need immediate and concrete action to resolve the NVGEBE billing crisis. The time for talk is over. It is time for action. MP Otley urges the government to prioritize the welfare of its citizens and deliver on its commitments. The people of St. Martin deserve transparency, accountability, and relief from the burdens they have been facing for far too long. It has also come to light that Parliament has been holding closed-door meetings regarding NVGBE, while there remains a pending continuation of an urgent public meeting on the matter. MP Otley believes this lack of transparency is unacceptable, especially when so many residents are relying on the government for solutions. If NVGEBE is not resolved for the people, I am calling for the resignation of those in charge of this matter, MP Otley declared. The National Detectives, under the direction of the Prosecutor's Office St. Martin, have arrested an employee of the Civil Registry Department. The civil servant is suspected of accepting payments in exchange for improperly advancing appointment times for government services. The Civil Registry Department provides essential public services, including the registration of births, deaths, marriages, and divorces, the issuance of official certificates, passport and identification card applications, address changes, and updates to personal records. Many of these services require appointments, which are intended to ensure fair and equal access for all citizens. The investigation is ongoing. No further details will be released at this time. The National Detectives specialize in investigating criminal activities within the government, with a particular focus on civil servants. As part of an intensified and ongoing effort to combat serious and organized crime, detectives of the police force of Sint Maarten, KPSM, arrested 2 suspects on Monday, January 27, 2026, on Madrid Road in the Dutch Quarter. One of the suspects, identified by the initials EER, is suspected of involvement in multiple violent incidents, including an attempted murder related to a shooting that occurred on November 20, 2024, at Kimsha Beach. This suspect is also suspected of involvement in a second shooting incident that took place on November 30, 2024, in the vicinity of a well-known nightclub on Welfare Road. Further investigations indicate that EER may also be connected to an incident in Defiance on January 20, 2025, during which 2 firearms were discovered and confiscated. Information gathered thus far suggests that the suspect is possibly part of an organized criminal group. He was arrested and transported to the police station, where he is currently being held for questioning. The second suspect, identified by the initials RRP, who also resides on Madrid Road, was arrested in connection with the transportation of firearms and narcotics and is likewise suspected of being involved in organized criminal activities. This investigation is being led by the Major Crime Unit of KPSM and remains ongoing. KPSM emphasizes that its detectives will continue to follow all leads, wherever they may lead and regardless of the individuals involved, as part of its commitment to dismantling criminal networks and safeguarding the community. Further information will be provided as it becomes available and when operationally appropriate. The Ministry of Public Health, Social Development and Labor hereby informs the public, employers and business representatives that effective February 1, 2026, the authorization form for labor registration will no longer be required to be completed and submitted as part of the labor registration process. Notwithstanding the above, businesses are advised of the following important requirements. Proof of authorization required. While submission of the authorization form is discontinued, authorized persons acting on behalf of a company must be able to present proof of authorization upon request. This may include, but is not limited to, a letter of authorization, mandate, or other official company documentation, confirming the individual's authority to represent the business. Strict adherence to required documentation. For the legal entity, companies and their representatives are required to strictly adhere to the official labor registration checklist of required documents for first-time and renewal applications. Failure to submit complete and correct documentation will result in delays in the processing of labor registrations. Submission format requirement. All required documents must be submitted in one consolidated PDF file. Multiple or separate attachments will not be accepted and may result in the application being deemed incomplete. The Division of Labor Affairs and Social Services emphasizes that these measures are intended to improve efficiency, reduce processing delays, and streamline service delivery. All employers and representatives are encouraged to ensure full compliance with the above requirements to avoid unnecessary delays. For further information or clarification, stakeholders may contact the Division of Labor Affairs and Social Services via labor.registration@sintmaartengov.org. A copy of the required documents checklist is available on the Division Facebook page.
Your social and health insurance is SZV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SZV is cardless. Request your My SZV account today and enter the virtual office of SZV. Go to szv.sx and sign up now.
SZV, yeah. Your social and health insurances.
Officers of the St. Martin Police Force, KPSM, responded to a traffic accident resulting in injuries on Welfare Road on Monday morning, January 26, 2026. At approximately 6:17 a.m., several police patrol units and ambulance personnel were dispatched to the scene near a well-known nightclub on Welfare Road. According to preliminary investigations, a passenger vehicle and a scooter were traveling in the same direction on Welfare Road from Airport Road toward Billy Folly Road. The scooter rider, apparently due to inattention, collided with the rear of the vehicle ahead. The collision caused the scooter rider to sustain a fracture to his right leg. After receiving first aid at the scene, the victim was transported by ambulance to the St. Martin Medical Center, SMMC, and admitted for further medical treatment. Police are continuing their investigation to determine the exact cause of the accident. The St. Martin Police Force reminds all road users to remain alert and drive responsibly. Inattentive or reckless driving, including distractions from mobile phone use, insufficient following distance, and failure to anticipate traffic conditions, can lead to serious consequences. Member of Parliament Egbert Doran has formally requested a comprehensive update from the Minister of Education, Culture, Youth and Sport, ECYS, Melissa Gums, regarding the current operational readiness and capacity of the nation's public education system. The inquiry, submitted on Tuesday, focuses on ensuring that progress in school infrastructure, ICT integration, and staffing levels remains on track to meet the demands of the 2026 academic year and the upcoming hurricane season. Public education requires constant and vigilant oversight, MP Doran stated. As we move forward, it is essential that both Parliament and the public are kept informed on how our schools are evolving to meet modern standards. Transparency is not only about identifying gaps, but about safeguarding the continuity of quality education for our children. Infrastructure and digital equity. MP Doran's letter requests a status report on school maintenance and the reliability of ICT connectivity for teaching, assessments, and school administration. He emphasized that as education becomes increasingly digital, classroom infrastructure must be reliable, resilient, and consistently maintained across all campuses. As a former public school student, I understand firsthand the impact that the school environment has on a child's ability to succeed, Doran added, staffing and campus access. The MP is also seeking confirmation that all public schools are meeting their full staffing requirements, including qualified educators and essential support personnel. Additionally, he requested clarification on reports concerning a ministerial decree related to campus visits. Our schools function best when security is balanced with transparency and engagement, Doran noted. Policies governing school access must be clear and must not inadvertently hinder parental involvement or broader community engagement. Policy direction and preparedness. With the 2026 hurricane season approaching, MP Doran highlighted the dual role of schools as learning institutions and emergency shelters. He requested an update on the structural integrity of school buildings, as well as the status of emergency protocols and preparedness measures. He further sought clarity on whether any discussions are underway regarding potential shifts toward the privatization of public education. Public education is a cornerstone of our society, Doran stated. Any significant changes to its governance or structure must be approached with extreme care and absolute transparency to ensure it remains accessible to every child. MP Doran indicated that his request is aimed at ensuring continuity, accountability, and proactive planning, and he looks forward to a timely and constructive response from the minister so that these national priorities can be addressed effectively. The St. Martin Police Force, KPSM, participated with several police officers in Language Village 2026 on Friday, January 23, 2026, held at the Asher Stevens Hillside Christian School. Through this participation, KPSM contributed to strengthening the students' language skills and communicative development. KPSM extends its sincere appreciation to the Asher Stevens Hillside Christian School for the invitation and the excellent organization of this valuable educational initiative. KPSM also expresses its gratitude to all police officers who voluntarily participated and actively contributed to the success of this important event. To properly prepare the students, sample dialogues were developed for each profession. These served as guidelines for the conversations, while allowing room for additional interaction and student initiative. This resulted in educational and dynamic exchanges. During each conversation, volunteers completed an evaluation form. Each student had a personal passport listing the various booths. Students were assessed based on the following criteria: correct language use, pronunciation, content, clarity and comprehension, interaction, response to questions. KPSM emphasizes the importance of cooperation between the education sector and community partners and remains committed to supporting initiatives that contribute to the development of youth within the community.
Now for the weather forecast, tonight through Wednesday evening. Fair to partly cloudy with brief local showers possible. Surface winds, tonight through Wednesday evening, easterly with a gentle to moderate breeze at 7 to 15 mil, state of the sea. Gentle to moderate waves, swells, 3 to 5 feet outlook through Thursday evening. Fair to partly cloudy with brief local showers possible. And now your 3-day forecast.
Are you SXM insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXM is cardless. Request your My SXM account today and enter the virtual office of SXM. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXM, yeah. Your social and health insurance.
DCOM. The Collective Prevention Service, CPS, calls on the population to step up mosquito prevention measures after every rainfall event. The proactive elimination of mosquito breeding sites is a cornerstone of effective public health management, serving as the first line of defense against the spread of debilitating diseases such as dengue, Zika, and chikungunya. By identifying and removing sources of stagnant water, ranging from discarded containers to clogged gutters, communities can drastically reduce the population of Aedes aegypti at its source. Ultimately, maintaining a clean and dry environment is not merely a household chore, it is a vital civic responsibility that safeguards the most vulnerable members of the population and ensures a healthier, more resilient community. Mosquitoes breed in small amounts of standing water, especially in containers around homes and businesses, e.g., buckets, plant sources, discarded items, tires, clogged gutters. Mosquitoes are often active during the daytime, with biting frequently occurring outdoors in shaded areas, and it can spread through transport and trade when eggs, larvae, are moved in water-holding items. Eliminating breeding sites is the most effective way to reduce mosquito populations. We urge everyone to take the following actions at least once per week. Tip it, toss it, cover it. Empty and scrub containers that hold water. Buckets, coolers, flower pot saucers, pet bowls, vases, toys, tarps. Properly dispose of unused items that collect rainwater. Cover water storage. Ensure cisterns, drums and barrels are securely covered with tight lids or fine mesh. Clean drains and gutters. Remove leaves and debris to prevent water from pooling. Manage tires and bulky items. Store tires under cover or dispose of them properly. Tires are a high-risk breeding site. Businesses and property managers, construction sites, tire shops, marinas, and rental properties are asked to intensify weekly checks and maintain premises free of standing water. Mosquito control cannot be achieved by government services alone. It requires sustained action by households, communities, and businesses across the entire island. The Ministry of Public Housing, Spatial Planning, Environment and Infrastructure, VROMI, informs the general public of a partial road closure on Kanagita Drive in K Bay as part of the Concrete Hard Road Resurfacing Project 2023-2024. The affected section covers approximately 170 meters, extending to the intersection with K Bay Road. Roadworks commenced on Monday, January 26, 2026, and will take place daily from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. The works are expected to last approximately two weeks, weather permitting. Residents in the area have been informed accordingly. A detour route has been established, and traffic guidance will be provided on site, with workers assisting road users as needed to ensure safety and accessibility. Traffic measures, detour in place, traffic guided by workers on site. The Ministry of VROMI kindly asks motorists and residents to exercise caution, follow all posted signage, and adhere to instructions from traffic personnel while traversing the area. The Ministry thanks the public for their continued patience and cooperation as efforts to improve road infrastructure continue. For further information on the Concrete Hard Road Resurfacing Project 2023-2024, please get in touch with the Department of New Works at 542-4292 EXT 2402. The 4C Foundation successfully launched its first workshop of 2026 in collaboration with the Sint Maarten Sports Federation, SMSF, and Stichting Expertise Centrum Ervaringsgericht Onderwijs, EGO. The workshop brought together professionals from sport, education, and policy to explore how sport and physical activity on St. Maarten can be strengthened in a sustainable and inclusive way. The keynote presentation was delivered by Maaike Heerschop, researcher at the Mulier Institute, who is responsible for the analysis of the Child Monitor. This large-scale health survey was recently conducted across almost all primary schools on St. Martin. During her presentation, Hirschop shared key insights into children's lifestyle behaviors, including physical activity, sleep, and nutrition, and connected these findings to sport participation and talent development. Broad representation from the sports field participants included physical education teachers, coaches, trainers, and sports administrators. This broad mix of professionals led to rich discussions and meaningful exchanges between research, daily practice, and policy perspectives. Broad-based sport versus elite sport. A central theme of the workshop was the balance between a broad-based sport approach and a more selective elite sport focus. Historic diplomatic milestone as Pakistan appoints its first ambassador to the island of Dominica. His Excellency Shahbaz Malik presented credentials to President Sylvanie Burton, with discussions focused on future collaboration in agriculture, tourism, food security, renewable energy, and climate resilience. Reporting by GIS.
My name is Shahbaz Malik, and I'm the non-resident ambassador to your lovely country, Commonwealth of Dominica. I also have the honor of being the first ambassador to present my credentials to Her Excellency, and Pakistan's leadership sends best wishes to your country and to your people, and we hope to strengthen these bilateral relations in the coming days.
It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the gem of the Caribbean, the Commonwealth of Dominica, on the occasion of the presentation of your letters of credence as the first individual to be appointed Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan to our nation, issued by His Excellency Asif Ali Zardari, President of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. I accept these credentials with warm greetings and with sincere appreciation for the confidence reposed in you by the government and people of Pakistan. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Excellency.
Your appointment marks a significant milestone in the relations between Dominica and Pakistan, which was formally established in February of 2024. Though our countries are geographically distant, we are united by shared values, common aspirations, and a firm belief in multilateralism, peaceful coexistence, and respect for international law and sovereignty. We are both members of the Commonwealth family and the United Nations, and we continue to uphold the principles of dialogue, cooperation, and solidarity among nations, especially those of the developing world. Dominica and Pakistan have long demonstrated a commitment to resilience and perseverance in the face of adversity. Pakistan's contributions to international peacekeeping, humanitarian assistance, and development cooperation are widely recognized. Dominica, as a small island developing state, has championed climate justice, sustainable development, and the protection of vulnerable communities. These shared experiences provide a strong foundation upon which we can build a deeper and more purposeful partnership. Your Excellency, I note your commitment to endeavor to strengthen political and commercial links and people-to-people contact between our two countries. As we look to the future, there is considerable scope to enhance bilateral relations and practical cooperation between our two countries. We see opportunities to strengthen collaboration in areas such as education and capacity building, including scholarships, academic exchanges, and technical training. Cooperation in agriculture, tourism, food security, renewable energy, and climate resilience is particularly relevant as both our nations confront the impacts of climate change and the urgent need for sustainable development pathways. Trade and investment, though currently modest, can be expanded through greater engagement between our private sectors, supported by information sharing and business-to-business linkages.
This is our SXM Daily Newscast. Thank you for joining us.